We spoke about the Pluto the other day, hashtag the sanitizer, and we said many things about him last week. But this week we're talking about a little bit more than just the basics of him and other women, him and the fight between him and, what was his name? Obina. We're speaking about him speaking about his own financial status. Now, he had been on an interview where he was asked how much he is actually worth. And he was very funny about how he evaded the whole questioning. The whole line of questioning was actually evaded by him laughing and saying a whole bunch of nothing. So when he was asked about how he makes his money and how much money he makes, he said, "Mimi sina pesa. Mimi sina pesa, bro," as he was smiling and grinning the whole way, saying, "Mimi nikikwambia ukweli sina pesa mingi. Pesa ni kidogo. Bora mtu anakula, anakunywa, analala, anaamka na amani, anaambia Mungu wake asanti, ni sawa." Continues to say, "Acha niambie kila mtu, my youths especially pale nje, don't compare yourself to anyone. That's the worst thing that you can do. Sisi wote tuko different stages whereby tunaweza kuhit ile milestone yenye Mungu ametuwekea ama yeye ama yenye sisi tunajisetia. Zile goals, dreams, zile vitu zote zenye tunataka kumake, all of that. Run your own race and ensure that you are competing with yourself. Just make sure jana haibaki kama leo." And in fact, he broke it down even further and said, for example, if you don't own a pair of shoes today, make sure that tomorrow you actually walk in a pair of shoes. If you don't have a bike and a bike is what will make you happy, buy yourself a bike. Buy yourself a nduthi from a bike and upgrade. Yani, do whatever makes you happy, but every day try and strive to be better than the day before. And I love this advice. He said, bado kuna watu wako na do mingi, na vitu mingi zinawasumbua, hawana furaha. Mimi, nasemanga pia happiness is wealth. So, the Pluto, a very young man who has clearly also taken up the industry with regard to these vox pops, where he stops people and tries to get content out of them by asking them questions. I feel like he's doing a really good job in his content, and he says he has multiple businesses which are generating income for him, but he also does insist that he does not want to disclose how much he's worth. Clearly he's worth something. He's not going to just be driving these kind of cars worth nothing. And I don't see the Pluto being the kind of cloud chaser who's going to rent a car just to showcase or show off to his friends. I don't see him being that kind of a guy. However, if you want to know how much our friend KRG the Don is worth, it's apparently 5 billion according to him. And he said that yesterday. Yes, he said 5 billion. 5 billion Kenya shillings. And he said this yesterday during an interview. So, you know, different people, different strokes for different people. I want to know from you, would you disclose how much money you are worth, Turi?
No.
Why?
No, because my villagers are always working overtime. And I feel like, you know, even Trevor Noah was talking about it, how Africans, especially wise Africans, when you're asked about your financial situation, or somebody asks you, "Hi, how are you? How are you doing?" You say, "Nikujaribu tu, nikungangana tu," because you want to assure them that you're okay, but not okay enough for them to ask you for money. You know, like, I'm good, okay? I'm just good enough. I'm cruising. We are cruising nicely. But please don't ask me for money. That is where I draw the line. And I feel like that should be just the mantra for everyone, okay? Don't brag because you don't know what somebody is going through. You might be here talking about, "I have 5 billions," and your friend is struggling. Ata hana fare, hana anything. But you guys are just hanging around and they're just talking about how I have this amount of money. It does not make sense. Why are you disclosing this amount? Are you helping them invest? Are you investing in their businesses? Are you going to help them? Are you going to loan them if they ask you for this money? If not, don't tell people. Just use your own money and just stay at home. You know, there's really no need to be out here telling people about how much you're worth. Unless government office requires you to. Sulipigwa shock last week. During the vetting, let me tell you, the people who are serving us, the people who we elected, the people who we pangaed line, in millions, hundreds of millions of net worth. And you're thinking, why did you take this office?
Why?
Because you were bored. Exactly. And I feel like it's only in African countries where people become politicians to actually get rich. Because in other countries, munalipwa tu minimum wage kama hawa watu wengine. Ukisikia kwenda raise, you know, it's all about service to the people. Lakini uku ni enriching each other. I have somebody, like somebody I'm close to, And like their plan, ana plan kuingia elections 2027, akuwe sijui senator, akuwe nini. And I'm like, why? Do you have a passion for public service? Do you have a passion to like change what's going on in your home area? And they're like, apana, apana. Hii ni kusecure the bag. And I'm like, wow. If all of us have this mentality, how are we going to get out of the ghetto? Absolutely never.
It's impossible,
okay? It's
yeah.
impossible for us to get out of these situations. Anyway.